Our working day, and our Chief of the Department of Communication and Media of MOD, Colonel Havreluk, and then we'll have Colonel Stelmakh, and he's the spokesperson for ATO. Good morning. Ministry of Defense MOD continues to work and to provide military units of armed forces of Ukraine that participate in ATO. Last week, Tender Committee of MOD made a decision to have contracts in the system of e-purchases transparently and for 31 million hryvnia. According to those contracts, armed forces of Ukraine receive 50,000 caps and fuel caps and meat cans, 1.5 million, and tell us to save about 15% from expected sum, from budgeted sum, and there is 4.5 million hryvnia. As to support, in 2015 MOD signed 328 contracts and 49 additional agreements to provide for more than 1,750 million hryvnia. According to the state enterprises provided to armed forces of Ukraine of items for more than 1,150 million hryvnia. It's about 88.5 thousand field caps and about 170,000 summer field camouflage, 89,000 pairs of footwear, and about 40,000 bulletproof jackets, and 70,000 bulletproof helmets, and a lot of about 1,075 tents. Renovation maintenance team of Armed Forces of Ukraine special maintenance teams returned to ATO 379 units of weaponry. It's about 10 tanks, T-64, 2 T-72, 1 system Grad system, 7 cannons adjacent B, 1 self-propelled howitzer Zika, 1 howitzer M-Stab B, 12 anti-tank cannons MT-12 Rapira, 1 anti-aircraft system Strela 10, 14 launch anti-tank system SMTs, and 3 Fagat, 4 vehicles for reconnaissance BRDM, and 4 armed vehicles BTR-60, 7 BTR-70 and 3 BTR-81 BRM-1K reconnaissance vehicles. And maintenance teams returned to operation 231 trucks, and they repaired 6 BMP-2 and 2 artillery delocation set systems arrays. Since the beginning of ATO, armed forces they renovated and fixed more than 28,000 units of weaponry. We continue to pay to those who participate in ATO, that is fiscal awards, and for destroyed equipment of the enemy. Ukrainian military received more than 724,000 hryvnia. In addition to that, they were paid more than 2.5 million hryvnia for successful battles as part of units, and also as 43 million hryvnia for direct participation in battles. Families of perished military men of armed forces participants of ATO in 2015. We paid already more than 465 million hryvnia of one-time financial assistance, and 105 was given to those participants of ATO who were wounded and who became disabled. The President of Ukraine has the law which provides higher financial assistance by 50% in case of death or disability. And we provide housing to military state budget for the build and construction and to buy accommodation for armed forces Ukraine. And we have expenditures that meet requirements of program to provide accommodation and to military men, those who work on the customs source and their families, and that's 1,140.5 million that will allow the Ministry of Defense in 2015 to build and to get 1,875 apartments, including 370 in the cost of our own construction and reconstruction of buildings for housing, 136 in the cost of buy and as a part, according to previously signed agreements, and 1,372 and on the secondary market. In 2015, house accommodation committees of the units signed the order about 807 apartments, 125 for those who sort of like rented, and 51 for those who will live there. We prepare for winter. We need to prepare 1,270 military towns and about 37 buildings and 1,509 housing buildings, living buildings. And for that, to preparation, there is 65 million revenue for that, and including 12 million revenue will be spent for repairing all the buildings in ATO. Also, in order to make the maintenance cheaper and armed forces, we have special maintenance teams. Those who worked for housing committees and especially and also from for the heating period, MOD procures coal for 127 million hryvnia, coal and other materials, and to provide mobilization, we received 34,000 beds, 100,500 square meters of wood, and for all we have 123 million hryvnia for that. Also, during the previous week, the Commission of the Minister Commissions of MOD on issues of the status of ATO. The status was provided to 1,243 military men and those who work in armed forces of Ukraine and who participate in ATO. So at present, the status of a participant of battles was given to 67,697 military men who participated in ATO. That's all information. I'll give the floor to the spokesperson of ATO, President Anatoliy Colonel Lieutenant Anatoliy Stelmakh, who will inform me about. He will give you updates. On the situation in the ATO. Good morning, Anatoly. So, what are the news about ATO during the last 4 days? From July 31 to August 3, the situation in ATO area is still tense, but it is under control of Ukraine armed forces. During the last 4 days, illegal military formations 400 times shelled upon the positions of ATO and upon civilian facilities. The most often they used small arms and mortars. Not often ignoring Minsk agreements, occupants were shelling of using mortars and artillery caliber higher than 100 millimeters. On August 3, they shelled twice on Avdiivka, and they used 120 millimeters mortars, and from after 10 p.m. And they were shelling upon the city, and we don't have our forces there. Also, around 11 p.m., occupied 3 times using tanks. They were shelling upon our strength points in Pisky, and Also, they shelled upon Vodena at 11:30 using 122 mm artillery and tanks. Mercenaries were shelling upon Peromsk at 23:20 using 120 millimeters mortars. They shelled upon Opitna. It means that at Donetsk, it was Donetsk, it will be the most difficult on ATO. The enemy daily was shelling upon our positions near Peskov, Novodina, Malikavdivka. The majority of those shelling was done from the side of Donetsk. Understand that ATO forces will not shell upon civilian people, and such facts are noticed by intel monitors and journalists. For example, on the website OSCE on August 1st, there is a report about concrete facts of mortar shelling from Donetsk, and also militants continue to destroy industrial infrastructure of Ukraine. On August 2, about 1 o'clock in the morning, they shelled upon Avdiivsky chemical factory, and that's very important for metallurgy. According to observers from Joint Center of ceasefire, terrorists were shelling using artillery systems 122 mm from Misinuvata. There were 5 shells and on water supply, and they damaged power grid and a pipe, and it's the holes are 20 meters deep, and that information is provided to representatives. In addition to shelling upon Ukrainian positions, groups of the enemy locals, they're trying to get into our territory on July 31st, 8:15 near Zolota, Artemsk direction. ATO found the enemy group of 5-6 people. As a result of a battle, the enemy moved back, and last night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, not far from Minsk, there was a battle between our group and the group of the enemy, and they moved back. At the same time, according to personal data, a part of Russian terrorist troops is not happy with the level of financial support, and they refuse to participate in battles. To improve morale of militants, and for them the main motivation is money, the leaders redislocate equipment and tries to put insurance that they are strong. Thank you, Anatoly. Is there any question to our speakers? No questions. Thank you, Oksana. Thank you, Anatoly. Talk to you on Friday. The best. All the best. Colleagues, our next briefing will be at 10 o'clock. We will speak about energy sector of Ukraine.